From the Islamic perspective, many religions today reflect layers of cultural and historical evolution rather than a preserved original revelation. Hinduism began with the early Vedas, which taught pure monotheism, one God, no images. But over time, the tradition absorbed ideas from neighboring civilizations, including ancient Egypt and other polytheistic cultures. As kingdoms rose, rulers, poets, and sages added epics, heroic tales, and moral stories that blended spirituality with cultural identity. This also led to a vast temple system, priestly roles, rituals, and offerings that became intertwined with social structure, cultural heritage, and economic life as a natural development of a large and diverse civilization. Sikhism was introduced many centuries after earlier prophetic traditions and was shaped heavily by the surrounding influence of Islam's strict monotheism and Hinduism's cultural landscape. It formed a new spiritual path rather than continuing the ancient prophetic lineage. Buddhism moved away from the concept of a creator entirely, diverging from the core message all prophets taught. Judaism preserves parts of Moses' message, but its scriptures were compiled by multiple human authors long after him. Christianity began with the pure teachings of Jesus, but later introduced doctrines he never taught, such as the Trinity and the idea of salvation through his death. Islam stands apart because it restores the full original message of all prophets, including the moral and social principles reflected in the Ten Commandments: worship one God, honor parents, avoid killing, stealing, lying, and injustice. These universal laws were forgotten, altered, or misinterpreted over time, but Islam brought them back in a complete and preserved form. What Hinduism and other ancient traditions had glimpses of: one God, ethical living, moral guidance. Islam revived fully, making the path clear and accessible for all humanity. The Quran is perfectly preserved word for word in its original Arabic language. For over 1,400 years, recited exactly by millions worldwide, memorized and recited identically worldwide. Islam teaches that God sent thousands of prophets to every nation and every people, many mentioned by name in the Quran, and many more not recorded. Prophets known in other cultures, like Manu in Vedic traditions, or other ancient figures, may have been among those messengers sent throughout human history since the very first man, Adam, peace be upon all. This universality, preservation, and continuity from Adam to Noah, Abraham, Moses, Jesus, and finally Muhammad, peace be upon all, is why Muslims believe Islam is not just another religion, but the final, complete, and unaltered truth, restoring the same message delivered to humanity since the beginning of time.